Hello and happy day. Welcome to New Age Custom Farming. If you're new here, we are a custom farming operation in Wisconsin. In today's video, the boys are working on stuff in the shop where it is nice and warm. It is currently -9 degrees with a real feel of -17. In case you didn't know, I'm not supposed to be able to stand on the...
Let the big dogs eat. Management's here with his flip-flops. I'm ready. You're lifting with your back. All right.
That hurt my knee.
Let the big dogs eat. But he didn't bend it all up.
That was the high schoolers.
Yeah. Management's here with his flip-flops. Don't find yourself a little treat on the floor anywhere. Yeah. Too good, too fast. Got the other skid loader over there spreading bales. Every week, get her done. You can see how wet the concrete is. The bedding doesn't look bad, but it gets wet in a week and then starts making fumes, so the calves lay there with their heads right in it, so we don't like to have that. Get it fresh, get it dried out, keep them healthy. So working on my combine, not fun. This brush here is shot, so I take the rotary screen off to do it, but I put this brush kit in the center, and then now we got to pull this wiring harness out that I just put in like the last couple weeks of harvest. Because it goes through here, and I don't want to cut the harness. I don't want to do that. So the harness is down there. We got Roland. He's our #1 fan. So I got to put some stuff back together, pull that harness off, and then this whole thing will come off. Taking all these knife rolls off. Well, the knives off the knife rolls under here. They bolt to these little square pieces here, and that's what pulls the corn down. You can flip them, but you can see there it's wore, and this one isn't too bad, but they've been wore on a couple different sides. You know, they've been flipped once already. So there's there's actually eight knives per row, one on each side of this square stock here. You can see the bolt holes in them. I've got half the head done, so what's that make, like 96 of these to take off, and each one has 3 bolts. So here's my bucket of bolts already. I still gotta do that half of the head, but it's going pretty good. Doesn't take too long. And then the other thing I have to do is I have to flip all these knives too. So if you can see here, maybe I can spin it and show you, so you can see how they roll. So that's what I've been working on, and then we got the dull side on the cutting side right now here. So got to flip it to the carbide side for next season. I don't think they'll make the whole season, but we'll see. See if we can make half the season. And then put new ones on during a rain day. Those look like they shouldn't be too bad to replace. So get a time lapse going to that. But like I said, got half the head done. Gotta do the other half yet. Off, and I actually took the one knife off down here to flip it because I thought that they could be flipped, but looking at the backside, when you look at the top of them, they look identical. So I think we're just gonna have to replace them when we can get some new ones. So I'm gonna wait until we get the new ones to take all the 12 of them off, replace them, and actually it'll be easier to put these on when these are off. So I'll wait till I get my parts, and then I'll pull all them off so I don't lose all the hardware for them. But until then, I've got the seal on this drive was bad, so it was actually leaking all the oil from the train lube bath down the inside of this, and there was actually no oil in that pan. So the seal for that should be here tomorrow, and then I can put that back together. And then I'm just gonna have to wait for those roll knives to get here, and the chopping knives to get here under there, and then I should be able to button it back together. The only other thing is the pan under the auger there is getting wore pretty thin, so have to get either a poly liner for that, or probably just put a new metal pan in it and be done with it. So, and after that, then the head should be good to go. Just keep plugging away at it. We knew it needed to be replaced. A lot of the stuff needed to be replaced when we bought it. We bought it knowing that, so now's the time to get her done.
It is currently -9 degrees with a real feel of -17. So let's go check on the calf barn, check the waters, make sure they're not frozen, make sure our robot is full of milk, and push up any calves who haven't attempted to drink at all yet today. If there's one animal who doesn't care about this cold, it's this girl. She could literally spend all day still outside. Right, do you like to be outside? We've got a calf in this pen doing the zoomies. Are you keeping warm that way? Oh, you got a frosty nose. This is the little calf that I had bottle fed last week. She's drinking out of the robot now, but let's go make sure she drinks. No, get out of here. Got her into the robot, now it's time to make sure she actually drinks. Sometimes the milk is a little cold coming out of it right away, so hopefully she can keep drinking until it gets warm, and then she'll pound the milk down. You can tell that the calves have been drinking a lot because we typically fill up our robot with milk replacer once a day all the way to the top, but I've been having to fill it up twice a day during this cold spell that we're having. So at least that's a good sign that they are drinking all the milk they can, because having all those calories will help keep them warm. Well, I found a problem, and it is that this line that goes to this chute for them to drink is completely frozen. She drank it all, so that's a good sign. Can you tell I just sprayed a bunch of hot water in here? Well, all of the calves that I needed to drink drank. Water lines or milk lines are unfrozen, unthawed, thawed. Milk lines are thawed. Grain was all still full. Robot filled up. Waters are thawed as well. None of them were frozen at least, so that was good. I will come back in and check on the calves in a few hours, push up any other ones I haven't drank yet or need to drink. And I think we're surviving this cold weather, this cold snap, good. And we are in the tail end, I guess now, of a massive cold snap that we have had here on the farm. It was on Sunday, 0 degrees yesterday, 0 degrees this morning, all the way down to -12 when I woke up. Was the high, like the current temperature was -12. It was like a real feel of -30. So it is now the afternoon. And I am out here braving the elements to go care for our calves. I've already been out here once this morning to fill up the robot and get a few to drink. And we're heading there now to go check on them again. Well, good thing I came to check on it now, because every single line that sends milk out to our calves to go drink is frozen. So gonna spray them down with hot water and get them to start drinking again. And hopefully that keeps it unfrozen. I think Dalton's going to bring another heater out here, hopefully, but we'll see. Well, besides the milk line that I just thawed freezing, and then the one that I thawed out this morning freezing, everything in here has been working good. Waters have stayed warm. Calves have been drinking a ton, which is exactly what we want. To keep our calves warm, we have 2 layers of bedding in our pens right now, so they have a lot of space that they can kind of burrow in and get warm from. Obviously, we're making sure that they're drinking because they're going to need the calories to keep themselves warm. And then they all have calf jackets on, and then obviously they are in a barn too. So really, they've been pounding the milk, which is fantastic. And besides the things freezing, it hasn't been terrible. So knock on wood, I got this going. It's getting warmer now. We're finally at 0, and I think it's supposed to just get maybe down to -2 tonight. So hopefully things are all good. This guy needs to drink. Normally he comes running up as soon as I walk into the barn. Come on, fatty. A little beefcake, if you will. Let's go. In case you didn't know, I'm not supposed to be able to stand on the water like this. So that's done froze. You know, I don't care if you eat it well done. Hell, you can even put ketchup on it. All I care about as a cattle farmer out here raising cattle and taking care of them at negative temperatures is that you eat beef.
Well, another cold day. It was even colder today. It's -17 when I woke up this morning or something like that, -10. We've got some duals on this chopper here. The inside one's getting wore and the outside one is pretty good tread, so we're going to rotate them over to the other side. And we've got a broken stud, so that was the main reason to take it apart. But while we're doing it, we might as well rotate the tires over to make them last a little longer. They've been this way since 2013 or whatever year it is, 13, 14, so if we swap them around, I think we'll get a lot more life out of them. So
But first we got to move the toolboxes. Roland's over there, he's going to help me. I'll get a time lapse set up of us doing it, but got to move the chopper out here a little bit so we can get to both sides of it with the forklift is the plan. Alright, so this is our culprit right here. We got a broken stud in there. Sticks out the backside there a little bit. So that'll work on getting them out, and then we'll put the tires that were here over there because the wore out, then the wore out one from that side will be the outside one and the good one will be the inside, and we'll get more even wear. You can see up top there, it's really getting down there. So switch them around and then we'll be ready to rip again. You gotta be damn near through the... You gotta be damn near all the way. You can do a head top and I think about it manually. Hoping to use the one that angles are beat up. You snap that off in there, then you're really done. Yeah. Put some heat on it? Yep. On the outside of the... use the rosebud? No, it's not to get down in the field here. Going. Oh, it came out. That's hot now. With the hammer. Oh, bugger. I did not stop. It's hot. The key is drilling the center, getting it in the center of the hole. So you're not prying against the side of it.
You have another one?
After when I was working on the chopper today, Mason was fixing up his screen up there. There's a little brush on the outside of it, right there where it spins around, and he was putting a new one of them on, and then there's actually a brush on the inside that pushes out on the screen to clean it off. And they were doing something with that, and he got it all reinstalled today, and hopefully that'll keep it from overheating and keep all the dust and stuff out of there. So he was fixing that up while I was fixing the chopper. And what were you doing?
Well, I showed them that I was checking on my calves, making sure they were drinking good, editing some YouTube and Avery, like our admin stuff, not fun computer stuff that we have to do, but at least today's a cold day and I'd rather be doing that than outside, I guess.
Yep. The other thing I was doing is tomorrow I gotta work on the skid loader. Got a hydraulic leak, but I got the pans off the belly of it so we can wash it all out and try and figure out where the hydraulic leak is, because there was like 1.5 inches of hydraulic fluid in the bottom of it. So
all right, let's go home, warm up. Bree wants to still play. She's been running around. If you have a herding dog that isn't an active working dog, like she's kind of dumb, you know, so she doesn't actively work with cattle, but she still has a herding instincts. If you have a dog like that, get them a herding ball. I will link this down in our description box. This toy is Bree's favorite. She's been playing with it for the last half hour. She plays with it at her house every morning, every afternoon, like clockwork. She wants to play with her herding ball.
it's a hard plastic, so
Yeah, it's
they
like a
can't
hard plastic ball.
so they can't pick it up. You can see where she tries to bite it everywhere, but
Yeah.
she's got to push it around.
So she pushes it with her snoot and she loves it.
She goes absolutely nuts.
Yeah, she barks. And she
The
doesn't
problem
like
is
to
she'll
bark and-
push it out into the road. That's the
So we
problem.
have to stay and watch her, or like today when it's cold, have her do it in here. But
I think we should drive up on the prairie in the hayfield and throw it out in the middle and see where she goes
I'm sure she agrees.
while we sit in the truck.
I'm sure she agrees with that too. But that's what Bree's been up to. She's either been sleeping or playing.
Yep.
Well, we've been working.
Don't hurt yourself, Jesus. You don't quite have the skill. All right, toodaloo.
All the calves are fed. Dalton and Avery are going to pour hot water into some of our water heaters just to make sure that they are staying thawed. And with that, thanks so much for joining us on today's video. I hope you stayed warm with the boys in the shop and you got a little experience of the cold with me. So, thanks for watching today's video. We will see you guys in the next one. Bye!